let's see whether we get this through with no hiccups. I've had a Zoom issue this morning. It's been a little bit frustrating. I don't, for whatever reason, have storage going on. However, I've cleared out that much. It's a strange situation. So I'm doing this on cloud recording, which I hate doing. So computer. Anyway, welcome. Anyone that joins up today, it's Kate, the Courageous Inspired Coach, or if you're watching it on replay. But if you do turn up live, just make sure that you pop into the chat. Hi, and who you are. It'd be awesome to say hello. Okay, so we've got a fun topic today. Well, we've got a fun month, really, because we're working on some pretty awesome things. And when it's all about manifestation, it's got to be bloody awesome, in my opinion. And, we're doing a lot of work in abundance and wealth, along with our health and our other things that we're dealing with. But in the practical manifesting blueprint coming up, that the last session, when we really look at scarcity versus abundance, we're very much working in the mindset of abundance thinking, and then how to call in your abundance. All right, it could be abundance of health or limitless self, but we're going to kind of hone in today specifically in things not to do. Because I think often we're always seeking out and doing the things that we need to do in order to make the change, but we're not really spending much time becoming super aware of what we need to ditch. What are the things that we need to ditch? So with the work that I do with my women in the coaching programs, we're very much always looking at self-reflection, self-awareness. We're looking at the habits. We're looking at the things that we're still doing, even if it's minute, the things that we're still doing that are very dysfunctional. They're just not serving us any longer. And we work on releasing those or removing those and replacing them with things that serve us, okay, that are functional. So that's very much what this is about. So I'm going to go through the document and this will be good. This will be good because it'll allow you to kind of have a little bit of a think about whether or not, like anything, you have any or all of these current habits. Okay, so it's just your opportunity to explore that a little bit. All right, so let's move through the document now. Awesome. Okay, so number one is blame. I like this one. I don't know about you, but I think it's a good one because we can blame. We can blame a lot. All right. And blaming's important. I'm hoping I'm not glitching because I'm looking at myself and I'm just sitting there on the screen. So hopefully I'm not glitching. When we're looking at this blame, when we're looking at, or if we're looking at the standard of our life, or if we're looking at why we don't feel as if we're moving ahead, nothing's happening for us, it could be because you're, maybe not taking ownership of what you need to take ownership of. Yeah. So let's have a look at, I am going okay because I just heard myself. We're going to look at the first one, which is blame. Okay, so this is, in my opinion, one of the key ones, that habits that we do want to let go of. All right. So if abundance is not flowing your way, or if life doesn't feel like it's flowing your way, one of the big barriers, one of the big blocks, one of the big habits, one of the things that we could be playing out is this constant blame on everybody else or anything else, everything else, not ourselves. All right. So living above the standard of life and really utilizing the power of what we have, really working on manifestation and calling in what we want. We have to take ownership of ourselves, ownership of how we're playing out. So doing a lot more kind of self-reflection work, self-awareness work is super important. And taking ownership and self-responsibility is you living above the line. Okay, this is this cause and effect, where if you're living below the line, then you're possibly always finding someone else or something else to blame for what's going on in your world. So we're not judgy, we're not judging ourselves, we're not criticizing ourselves. It's not about that. Self-awareness and self-reflection is just that, is that we have a look at how we could be better, how we could behave better, what we need to do, what are the habits that we need around us, what are those practices, those things that we should be doing that are serving us, and let go of the ones that aren't. All right. And step away from that blame. Okay. So that's number one. Number two, we have scarcity. Oh, yeah. Okay. So scarcity is a huge habit that we want to ditch in order to call in abundance. All right. And the Practical Manifesting Blueprint Masterclass has a whole session on this. Okay. We finish off our half-day masterclass working on scarcity mindset versus abundance mindset, and really making sure that we're letting go, we're identifying the ways of scarcity thinking we're in, and they might be again, they might not be, letting it go and replacing it with an abundant way of thinking. Okay, so again, it's very much first being aware of it, self-reflection, self-awareness, then allowing that to be removed. So whatever habits, whatever you've created, whatever things are going on in you that are creating or enabling scarcity thinking to occur, we want to replace them with abundance way of thinking. Okay, to focus on an abundance mindset. So scarcity versus abundance, huge. Number three is comparison. Yeah. So an old saying that I love is comparison is the thief of joy. And boy, is it the thief of joy. So when we keep, when we keep comparing to others, other people's life, other people's relationship, cars, other people's this, but we're not empowering ourselves at all. We're disempowering ourselves, right? We're creating the concept or the comparison, the judgment, the comparison of where we are and where that person might be. You don't know what's going on in their world necessarily. Okay. So, and you don't know whether you want everything going on in their world, for starters. So there's no real need. You can't control it. There's no real need to have this comparison way, this habit of comparing, when they may not be living the life that you want anyway. So by, again, really understanding you, understanding your why, okay, understanding your why gives you the power. You are empowered then to create the things in your life that need to happen or change in order for you to call in and manifest what it is that you're wanting, okay? So comparison, really, really important one. They're all very important. I'll probably say that every single time I go to one. All right. And you'll notice in there too, I forgot to say that each one, what I've done, and this is a practice that I do and in the workshops that I do on this, is that I get you to create a mantra attached to a new affirmation or a new mantra attached to this negative to make it a positive. So for blame, if I'm feeling I go into that place of blame and all, I'm not really a blamer. I take ownership of what's going on in my life. However, a good one is that I use is, dear universe, free my tendency to point the finger at others for where I am right now. May I release them with love and move forward into my own power. All right. So I really encourage you to replace, because this is this replacive mindset, reprogram from the negative of blame that's not serving you to a positive emotion or belief that's going to call in abundance. Okay. That's positively going to move your mindset from blame to ownership. All right. And then with scarcity, I've got, dear universe, may I spend my abundance wisely on things that will bring me joy and gratitude. I love that. 3, dear universe, I'm worthy, I'm unique, I'm blessed. Okay, because you've got so many superpowers and so many wonderful things about you. You don't need to compare with other people. Yeah, we've all got the same abilities, really, at the end of the day. So number 4 is squandering. I love this one. Because often when I talk to the women that I talk to in my programs, and particularly in my challenges and things like that, and in this masterclass, we explore this, is that I talk to them about squandering. Like, do you actually know where your money is being leaked out to? Have you got a budget? Do you have a really intentional idea of every month what abundance you're wanting to call in, and therefore becoming more aware of where it's going out? Okay, so it's not just constantly calling in more to accommodate for all that's going out. It's working out what's going out and then taking a little bit more control of that. Again, more ownership of that. There might be a lot of things that's being leaked out there, flowed out there, your abundance that you could have that could be giving you the choices that are simply just going out and you're not paying any attention to it. All right. So squandering, as they call it, maybe in the olden days. I don't know whether we say that now. Dear universe, may my abundance be channeled into useful ways that serve the greater good. So good. All right. Number 5, jealousy. So I don't think I have that kind of deep-seated jealousy, because whenever anybody has a win or they're winning in life in general, I'm so fucking glad for them. You know what I mean? Like, I'm really happy for them. I truly are. The only level of, I don't know whether I'd call it jealousy, it's just sadness, maybe a little bit, or frustration that why aren't I there yet? And, I just need to do more work. I need to do more abundance work, clearly. All right. So the work that you do for yourself, it is work. Like everything that we do, even if you're working with your mindset, even if you're calling in abundance, is work. We've got to do the work. We've got to do the practices. Is that this jealousy, it's so, again, it's not empowering, and it's not it's not the kind of habit, it's not the thing that we want to be focused on. We should be focused more on this kind of win-win that, we celebrate. We celebrate when somebody's winning. We celebrate when they're living the life of their dreams. It's amazing. And then we learn to celebrate ourselves. All right. So there's no jealousy within that. There's just inspiration. Yeah. And that's what I tend to do. So I've got certain people that have things going on in their world that I follow, and I really watch what's going on and what they get to do in their world, because they're creating it. Right. They're creating it. So just with the mantra on that, dear universe, I celebrate the success of others and nourish my soul with the energy of their achievements. So good. Drama. Love it. Love this one. And I now that I've been doing a lot of work in this field, and I support a lot of my clients, and a lot of my clients, they deal with a lot of drama in their life. Chaos, I call it, drama. Is that when we focus on drama, we call in drama. All right. So if you're finding that you're getting involved in stuff that you really don't need to be involved in, that conversations are turning into this kind of backstabbing or this, jealousy or blame or comparison and all this sort of thing, you've got a lot of drama, a lot of chaos going on around your world. We again, ladies, we have to take ownership of that. We have to understand that we need to be self-responsible. And what are we doing? Why are we creating that? Why are we allowing ourselves? Why are we choosing to be in a place of drama that's not functional, not serving us in any way? So moving away from the drama and moving away from people that haven't yet understood that they're creating the drama is important. So surrounding yourself and being involved in practices and masterclasses and things like that, coached to understand how we can very much be in control of minimizing this life of drama, this constant drama, because we're often running from ourselves. Yeah, we're running from ourselves and we're just popping ourselves into one drama into the next. And this kind of happens to me a little bit. Like, I'm sure if you follow me, I'll be going along quite well, and then I've not done enough work in the practices that I know are very important to me and stabilize me and put me into that really functional environment. And lo and behold, something dramatic happens in my life, like massively dramatic. And I just have to stop at that point and do a little bit of reflection, and then go back and do the things that I know that are important, and look at any of these habits that I'm identifying, if they're around, and start replacing them. So this is important one, drama. Dear universe, I release the need for drama and I guide my conversations to inspire, uplift, and focus on the goodness in the present moment. I have one of my tattoos is on my back and it says, live in the moment. All right. Okay. So we've got number 7. Our final one is chaos, which is very, very similar to the drama, but it's just about that state, we overwhelm ourselves. So then we're in that sort of that state of complete chaos, which is a very unhealthy habit. And it's very difficult for abundance to flow your way when you're in a state of absolute chaos. All right. Can you imagine, if you've got this beautiful flowing river and then all this debris, all this stuff's like dropped into it. That we've got a couple of locations up here where trees are falling down and it's quite chaotic. Like the flow's stopped and it's kind of just able to get through that way or that way. Yeah, we want that river flowing. We want that water. So we've got to get rid of all the debris. We've got to declutter. So all of the work that I do in any of my manifesting challenges or masterclasses is declutter. So if you're wanting abundance to flow your way, you have to allow it to flow your way by clearing away the clutter. All right, by decluttering or getting rid of the chaos, because we don't really want it there anyway, do we? So here is the mantra on this. Dear universe, I now hold a clear space to welcome in prosperity into my life. Awesome. Yeah. So this awesome little document came out. This was our little freebie this week. We dropped that in. If you didn't raise your hand for it, you still got time, or you can message me or, any way to get this freebie. They're there every week. We drop them through every Tuesday. This one is a great one because, as I said to you before, we're working up to a point of manifestation at a practical and a mindful way to get everyone understanding that there are different ways that we approach manifestation. And it's important for you to know those bits, those steps, in order for you to know your blueprint, which is your wealth blueprint. So the masterclass coming up, as I said to you before, this one is on the 15th. It's on the 15th of October from 8 a.m. till 12 p.m. Australian Eastern Daylight Time, Melbourne time. So we're in daylight saving now, so just be aware of that. So this is a half-day masterclass with 3 components where we're going to be going through the practical concept of the steps. We're going to go through the belief of manifestation and how that works. And then we're going to go through the scarcity versus abundance. So we're going to really make sure that your money mindset is where it needs to be. Your relationship with abundance is where it needs to be. So it's a beautiful, beautiful masterclass. We had so many awesome outcomes in the last one, breakthroughs and things that have occurred. This is why we're running it again. We already have over 30 women registered. I'm really, really excited. So make sure I'll pop the details in the comment again, but the details of this is everywhere. All right. So not hard for you to find how to register, and it is a free event. Okay. So that's coming up. And on the 30th of this month is our Manifesting Your Health challenge. So this is our 5-day challenge. So if you're not yet registered for that, no need to panic because we haven't even sent out the registration link yet. So that'll be coming out very, very shortly. So I hope you enjoyed this topic on the 7 habits that you need to ditch if you want to have abundance flow your way. All right. I'll see you next week. Bye for now.